I'm Dan Maxwell, and I'm originally from the Midwest, moved to New Mexico about 7 years ago. I grew up as a scout, started off in 1970 as a Cub Scout, went through the ranks of Cub Scouting, earned my Arrow of Light, crossed over to Boy Scouts, earned my Eagle Scout, and was also in Explorers back when we had exploring and scouting. In a sense, it introduced me to my career. As a camp counselor, we used to have a special week session at the end of camp for scouts with disabilities. And so it was kind of my first exposure really to working with children with special needs or disabilities, which actually ended up is the career path that I've chosen. I can remember the first time I went to Philmont. I was about 15, and we started our track off at Mount Baldy, and it was our contingent's track decision that we would get up really early in the morning before the sun came up and hike up Baldy Mountain with flashlights to watch the sunrise. And it was on top of Baldy Mountain watching probably one of the most incredible sunrises I've ever seen that I kind of had to step back and go, wow, there's obviously a God who created all of this. And it really kind of, you know, the Psalms talk about, you know, even the rocks and trees will sing his praise. And it really was, for me, God's beauty in creation crying out, and really helped just introduce me to God at that point in my life. Scouting is one of those places where boys can learn to be boys. They can learn to interact with others, develop their character, develop values. Well, I was very honored. It's not something that, you know, you're like, oh, I want to earn the Silver Beaver. But when I think about the people that have earned it before me, and I know, for example, my scoutmaster, Mr. Bruce Talbot, he was a recipient of the Silver Beaver, and as I had mentioned earlier, was a significant role model in my life. So I feel that to a certain degree, it's like I've been able to pay back to scouting what scouting has given to me. I think reverent, obviously, as I mentioned earlier, just how important it is for us to have a strong faith and a relationship with God.